Thought I would do a little patio tour of how my plants are looking here in Minnesota, Zone 5A, in kind of mid-September here. So these are my Hoyas. Those are going to be coming inside soon here, but that's Hoya Sunrise and Hoya Sea Stones here. They're very sun-stressed, living out here on the patio, which is why they're so pink and red and beautiful. And then I have to show my passion flower vine here. It has a couple flowers on it right now. Flowers are really cool on this. And then it has some fruit on it too. I'm not sure if these are going to get ripe in time here in my zone because the weather's going to start getting colder now, but two really big ones right here. And one of them fell off the other day, which I was reading online that when they fall off the vine it means they're ripe, but the one that fell off is still pretty green. And I think on this variety they should turn yellow, but when they're ready to eat. But I don't know. I brought it inside. We're probably gonna try tasting it one of these days soon here. So we've had some weather down into like the 40s at night a couple weeks ago, like lower 40s. And so stuff's kind of looking tired. Plus it's just getting to that time of year where everything is kind of getting overgrown and then it dries out. With the cold weather, I wasn't really watering it a whole lot, and then it got super warm, kind of hot out last week again, and stuff kind of dried out. But so this little section here, these will all be coming inside soon. I have started treating them in preparation for that with like insecticides, but this is an amaryllis bulb here. Little anthurium fingers here. Then I have my 3 outside aglaonemas here. It's pink siam, red siam, sparkling Sarah. Then this is my fiddle leaf fig type of ficus, and then this one is a ficus taniki here. And these plants really do better living outside, ficus. So I think the variegated one, the taniki, is on its 3rd year living outside, and then I just overwinter it inside the house in the basement with some grow lights. And then this is my overgrown window box planter here. Still doing really good. Some of the plants are getting kind of dry at the base. I'm assuming probably dried out a little bit at times with the weird weather, but got some petunias in there, Dracaena on the edge here. The daisies are African daisies or osteospermum. Got some Tradescantia in there. I think this white stuff is called Scaevola. We have my little Hydra Helix, as Richie from Growfolds on YouTube would say. Kind of kicked that one outside just because I'm battling thrips in my dining room right now, and I figured that one might have them just because it was near the philodendrons that had the thrips. So got my red double petunia here. They're really pretty. This is a fishnet stockings coleus here. Definitely will be taking a cutting of that to bring in the house and propagate. Some petunias here, and then this red petunia with the polka dots on it was kind of the plant that was losing the battle of getting overgrown with other plants. So it hasn't given me a lot of flowers. It's given me a couple really nice flowers on this side in the last couple days here. And then over here, so this is, gosh, every time I start filming, the names escape me then. This is lantana here. This is a type of citronella or scented geranium, like a mosquito plant, basically. So it smells really good. There's a sweet potato vine down in there, and the red ones, I think it's pronounced cupia or kufia. And I've been having hummingbirds visit lately, which is really cool. They really like that cupia there. This is another plant that I would like to bring inside. With the weather lately, I don't think it liked the cold weather. Maybe overwatered it a little bit too, but that's a burning heart caladium. All these bigger leaves are kind of dying here, but hopefully you can see it's really bright red colored. So I'd really like to try to overwinter that one with the grow light in the basement. Oh, that leaf's fairly nice looking yet, but it's kind of starting to get some new growth in the bottom, so hopefully we'll see how that does. I really need to mow my lawn today. It got so dry and then hot, and then finally got some rain the other day, so should really get that mowed. It's getting really long in some spots. And hopefully we'll have some friends over and have a fire in the fire pit at some point soon. And then over here we have, this is pineapple mint. If you rub the leaves, it smells like pineapple. Another scented geranium here, or citronella, the variegated plant there. That one's getting really large. I think the variety of that one it's called Lady Plymouth. I get one of those every year. And then we have some coleus here. I think it's called Sun Coral Candy. And then this is a sun patient here, still looks really pretty yet. This is a vinca. The variety is Tattoo Orange. And then those are just some Dusty Miller back there. They actually came back in one of my flower beds from last summer, and I dug them up and potted them up. And then the tall planter here. The stuff going all down the side there is Dichondra Silver Falls, and there's also an English ivy or Hedera helix in there. And then in the top, have some other really cool vincas here. This dark colored one is called, I think, Nirvana XDR Blackberry. And the one that gets the little tiny flowers on it, I think it's called Kiwi White Peppermint. So those are just some more rare, unusual varieties of vinca. Another one of those coleus in there. The Sun Coral Candy. And then on the other side here, these are some double snapdragons that are still blooming in there. There is an asparagus fern in the back there. And then just some Tradescantia, which is almost reaching down to the ground here too. I actually planted that in there. It was just little water propagation cuttings from a plant I had outside last year. And I just kind of stuck them in there when I planted this up in the spring. And then I kind of wanted to pull this citronella out here. It's growing in a really unusual way. The way these grow kind of reminds me of like a tree almost. A tree or a shrub. But this one's growing like really sideways. It's really branching out sideways versus getting taller, but so I kind of wanted to pull this out and show just how kind of cool the shape of this is. So you can kind of see it's spreading out really wide and really branching out. It's got like a really cool shape to it. It's just very wide and shrub-like, or almost reminds me of like a bonsai tree shape the way it's growing. But I have tried taking cuttings of that before. I always take cuttings of like the coleus and Tradescantia and stuff like that before the weather gets too cold in fall. And I've actually never successfully been able to propagate that from cutting, but it smells really good. It's a citronella smell, so kind of almost lemony smell. And then I suppose I'll show the little stone patio area back here too, behind where the trash bins live here. So this is another coleus here with the orange flowering begonia, and then begonia escargot, which is a really cool one here. I'd kind of like to try to take that begonia inside and overwinter it too, but we'll see. It's kind of hard to see back in there, but it has like the fuzziest red petioles down in there. Oh, there we go. Red and fuzzy. Very cool. That coleus also grew a lot this summer. It's just a monster, huge. It's probably, including the pot, probably 4 feet tall maybe. So the plant itself maybe 3 feet, 2.5 feet. And then I've just got some more pots over here on this side of the kind of shade garden area there. We have sweet potato vine, another one of those coleus, and then another type of coleus. That one's chocolate covered cherry, and then these very soft pink double impatiens. This one is a Persian shield here. We got the huge Incredible hydrangea. And then around it I've just got alyssum. These are, I think they're called pink starburst euphorbia, the really baby's breath looking things. And then there's a couple of petunias back in there too. Then I'll probably cut it off right about here with the shade garden, but my shade garden here, the shadiest spot in the yard, it's got some hostas, coleus, impatiens, begonias. Some of the hostas are kind of starting to look tired. Probably didn't like the cold weather. It's a really cool begonia maculata here. That was tiny when I planted it. It was actually one of those little Proven Winners leaf joy plants from Home Depot. And I'll probably take some cuttings from all these different coleus in here. Japanese painted fern right there. Sun King Aurelia. Another begonia. Some really interesting colored and textured flowers on it. Another hosta there. Iris, and then my caladiums live behind there. Don't think I have room to try to take all these in, but these ones are in pots to give them some height back there. So maybe I'll try to bring a couple of those in, I don't know. They're really pretty. But yeah, I don't think I have room to bring 5 of those into my basement, we'll see. But and then I just got to show my hardy hibiscus here as well real quick, just because pretty soon that'll be done flowering. I have the pink one on the other side of the garage, and that just had its last flower yesterday. But this red one is called Midnight Marvel. And the hardy hibiscus are really my favorite outdoor plants, I would say. They come back every year, even here in Zone 5A. They're so tropical looking, and the flowers are really large as well. I had some bigger ones than this, but like the blooms are pretty much as big as my hand. Some of them. These ones are a little bit smaller, but so yeah, we kind of extended past the patio here, but that's my little patio update. Sadly, probably don't have too much longer for the outdoor plants before it gets cold again and really starts to get too cold for them, but and then I suppose we'll just end on the giant citronella again here, the variegated one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my quick little tour here. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.